President Trump, when he was in France, had something to say about the wildfires devastating California this weekend. He wrote, "There is no reason for these massive, deadly, and costly forest fires in California except that forest management is so poor." He accuses officials of mismanaging the forests and adds, quote, "Remedy now or no more Fed payments." I want to get Tom Sater in here from the CNN Severe Weather Center. And Tom, some West Coast firefighters had an answer for the president. I want to read part of it to you. The head of the Pasadena Fire Association writing, "Mr. President, with all due respect, you are wrong. The fires in SoCal are urban interface fires and have nothing to do with forest management. Come to SoCal and learn the facts and help the victims." Tom, a strong statement there from the California firefighters. Fact check President Trump's tweet for us.
Okay. I enjoy being in the weather department because it's neutral, with the exception of climate change issues. But, staying out of the political arena, this is wrong on so many levels. They're right. This has nothing to do with forest management. I mean, look, we're not looking at dense forest here, especially down in Malibu. But forest management has nothing to do with mountain winds coming down the passes at 70 miles per hour or humidity levels in 1 hour dropping Thursday from 35% down in the single digits, drier than most deserts. But again, if you think about it, to say remedy now or we'll take your funds, he's already taken some of their funds. But I read a tweet that followed that one that makes good sense. It said, it's like taking funds from the National Hurricane Center until you stop all these hurricanes. I mean, it's the same notion. But more importantly, people died in their homes. They found bodies outside the homes, in their vehicles, trying to flee, outside their vehicles, just trying to run away. We've got a problem here because even though the winds may lighten tomorrow for the northern area and the Camp Fire, they're going to remain strong to the south. And I think by Tuesday, we may see the winds pick up just like we did on Thursday, where the fires to the north and the Camp Fire were burning 8 football fields every minute. High pressure Santa Ana winds keeping the rain out of the area. We should have 5 to 6 inches of rain since the beginning of October. We haven't had a drop. So again, there's fingerprints of climate change there. But as those winds come down these mountains, they dry up. They come across this very dry land. They also heat up because the air is compressing. The worst elements you want. Look at the western U.S. Here's snow up in the areas of the Rockies. There's not a cloud around. That is the plume on Thursday from the Camp Fire. We get in closer, you see how it's coming right down through Paradise, right offshore. Saturday, the wind shifted and brought all that smoke inland. Santa Rosa, San Francisco, San Jose, over to Fresno. And the southern fires, they even have smoke down in Baja California, so all of California. Let's break this down. Amazing containment at 25%. I know you might think, 25% is nothing. They've been working their tails off with tanker after tanker, over 109,000 acres continuing to burn. Here is Paradise in the middle, Chico, where everybody went for refuge, but these are the hot spots. If you look at the flight patterns right now, the tankers are taking, they're pretty much all over the northern flank. They've got hot spots here, but they're also working down to the south where Orville is. Remember the Orville Dam, the problems they had a couple of years ago. Hot spots are picking up in Butte Valley even as we speak. When you look at this, though, the most destructive, here are the top 10 most destructive fires. Most of these are 1,000 homes or businesses destroyed, and now we're up to 6,700. But more importantly, if you look at the years, there's only one year, 1991, that isn't from the year 2003, but most are 2015, 2017, and now 2018. Red flag warnings, most of California into the desert southwest. If you look at the southern fire, 10% containment. This on it is where we've got tens of thousands of homes that are still at risk. When these winds kick up in these Santa Anas and they're under a critical, not just critical, but even higher than that threat, they're trying to save Malibu right now. But again, how about for the folks in Thousand Oaks? They just went through just a miserable period with the shooting, and many of them are evacuating 24 hours later, or at least packing up. You get over to areas such as Hidden Hills. Look at this. They're battling that southern flank before it gets into this region. There are so many facets to what these firefighters have to deal with, but I'm worried about these mountain passes again when they come down through these valleys. Again, the plume to the south, offshore. Yesterday, the plume moved back in. So smoke, even in Burbank, when the wind shifted yesterday, a lot of people had to stay indoors. To the north, critical will go away tomorrow. That's great news. But the extreme down in Southern California from these fires down here, by the way, the Hill Fire is 75% contained, which is fabulous, but that's going to remain intact for tomorrow. By Tuesday, I think we revert back to possibly the entire region looking at strong winds like we had on Thursday when this first started. But forest management, not with this.